I'm on here right now, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about reshifting focus. And I did have to take a break to do that. Now, I don't know if you guys could tell through the camera, but your girl has been going through it. Okay, I had some sort of allergic reaction, and my eye is eyeing. Like it was worse than this. If you could see, I got one big eye that's swollen and inflamed, and then one normal eye. So I've been going back and forth between doctors and medication and not being able to keep anything down and the bloating. And I'm just like really over it right now. But I didn't even want to get on camera. That's a part of my break. I just kind of wanted to lay low and just get myself together. And I was going to resume once I get this all cleared up and healed. And the doctor told me that it may take a couple of weeks to get it healed. So I don't know. It was just kind of discouraging because I've been so focused on putting out content that now that this has thrown me back, thrown me off a little bit, I started to slow down with it just so I can make sure that I'm straight and take a break. So that's what I kind of wanted to talk to you guys today about. Taking a break sometimes and pausing where you at just to make sure that you're straight. Because at the end of the day, you have to take care of you, right? At the end of the day, we have to make sure that we are okay ourselves and we can't be focused so much on other things, other nouns, person, place, things, ideas. We have to focus a lot on what we want, what we think, how we feel, what's best for us, and we got to put us ourselves first always in every situation. Ourselves, God, family, but sometimes God will have obstacles throughout your journey just to kind of make you sit back and focus on this, right? Reshift your focus to this before you move on to the next things because not all the time we are going down a healthy path. Even if we feel like, okay, well, if it's destined, have you ever felt like this? Okay, if it's destined, I'm gonna end up being where I'm meant to be anyway, so it don't matter. Yes, it does matter, and it always will matter. It always has mattered. So you can't just be out here, willy nilly and doing whatever you want because you feel like at the end of the day, it's gonna all pan out anyway. You supposed to move like that when it comes to your faith. But faith without works is what? You got to put the work to it as well. You can't just be, moving on faith, but then you're still doing worldly things. Like you have to try your best to live right and live pure. I put it like this: as long as you have a good heart and as long as you are aware of what you're doing and how you can improve your life, then you straight. But if you're sitting up here letting the devil and negative energy and stuff like that take over and you're participating in this, right? It's not going to be a positive outcome for you. Hi, B Paul. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hey, Mrs. Well, it's good good evening out here. What time is it and where are you guys from? Right now it's 5:55 p.m. where I'm at. I'm in Indiana. So I was just talking about how we have to reshift our focus and we have to rebrand ourselves sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't worry about people thinking that you wrong for switching up or trying to create a better version of you. At the end of the day, it's your life. And at the end of the day, it's what matters to you. It's ways to improve yourself because we only got one life to live. Thank you so much, Adriana. Hey, I appreciate you for subbing. Thank you. I stay very consistent with my content. I only had to take a step back because of my eye. I don't know if you guys could see it. I had an allergic reaction, so this eye is very puffy, swollen, inflamed. I've been taking the medicine. Girl, I've been trying to keep this medicine down. I've been sick as a dog. And I'm just like so disappointed because I try to give my supporters consistent content. And I didn't even want to get on camera at first. I was just like, let me wait until this all goes down to looks back to normal like this eye. But my doctor told me that it can take a couple of weeks, sometimes several weeks, 2 to several weeks to get back to normal. And if it doesn't, I might have to go through the surgery to get this eye drained. So I was just like, you know what? I can't let that stop me from creating content. I still want to do my purpose, which is motivating others as far as healthy lifestyle and healthy choices. So that's why I still continue to do what I do. I hope that I motivate and uplift other people that no matter how you look in my eye. No matter what you're going through, just keep pushing if you know that you're promoting positivity, right? Don't worry about what other people think, what other people say. Don't worry about how other people feel about you. At the end of this day, we only have one life to live, y'all, and it is way too short for us to be sitting around and tearing ourselves down just because of other people. So hi B Paul. I don't really understand. English is my main language, so I apologize for that, but I definitely appreciate you for watching my video, and I hope that you guys really get something out of this. And I mean, you got your whole life ahead of you, so today is never too late. Today is the day where we need to get it together, right? We need to strap on our big seatbelts and we need to get through this thing called life. And we have to be very aware about our surroundings. I've been seeing so many TikToks lately, right? And the majority of them have been young girls, and they get themselves caught up in these situations, whether it be with a bad boyfriend, a bad ex, bad friends, peer pressure. And it's just sad. Like this one girl, she got shot at 17 times because she was hanging around the wrong boyfriend, and somebody tried to get revenge and they hit her up instead of him, and her car got shot. I think she said her car got shot at 27 times, and a lot of those bullets hit her, and then she had to get like her entire face reconstructed. This happened when she was like 2022, and she's had like 25 surgeries. And it was just so sad because how many times have we, put our lives on the lines and other things of that nature for love? And it's like, it's not worth it. Do you realize you are here for a reason, and you can't put yourself in jeopardy for another person just to prove your love and loyalty? That is not okay. That is not right. That is not love. And if they allow you to be in that situation, right? If they put you in that situation, that's not real love. And we have to learn how to wake up. And this is for ladies and men too. I just gave you an example of the ladies, right? Dealing with these street dudes, dealing with the dudes who in the street, and you know they're gang banger, you know they got enemies and this, that, and the third, but you're still trying to pursue him, and then things end up ugly for you. Now, when it comes to the fellas, you're dealing with women who have hot heads, right? You're dealing with women who pop off at the mouth and they put you in bad situations. Then you got to go ahead and clean it up. Now you got to fight dude just because she cussing him out, and it didn't even have to go to that extent, right? She's always putting you in these tricky, sticky situations, and she either going to get you locked up or in the grave the way she moving. So it's like we got to learn when it's time to cut people off. I don't care if you're scared of being lonely or whatever the case is, or if you put too much time, blood, sweat, and tears into this person. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your life if someone is intentionally putting you in a bad to worse predicament just to try to prove your love and loyalty. And I wish that so many people would understand this way of thinking. It's not always okay to stay, right? Sometimes you have to leave situations alone and regain your focus. I have lost friends before because I had to reshift my focus. I realized that certain things no longer serve me. I realized that certain things cannot help me. It puts me in worse situations than it makes me happy and improve my life, right? It's not worth just having decent conversation every now and then to pass the time because you're bored. You want to have people in your life, your world, that will always elevate you. And let's normalize leaving toxic situations that no longer serve you. It ain't even always got to be toxic. It's just not getting you anywhere. Let's normalize leaving those situations before it get too late. That way nobody out of this is seriously hurt. Nobody feel like they got played or this, that, and the third. They didn't get to put too much in it. Let's normalize giving people a trial period instead of stringing people along. And not only that, but stringing ourselves as long as well, right? We leave when something no longer serves us before we get years, etc., locked in. And that could be for friendships, relationships, whatever the case is. You don't want it to be kids involved, and then you sit back like, oh, wow, you no longer serve me. How does that sound? I mean, at the end of the day, hey, if you ain't happy, then move on with your life. But what I'm saying is, if you had critical thinking, you could have moved forward before we even got to that point. Am I right? Yes. So we just have to sit back as humans and analyze all the situations and the things that we put ourselves into. We can no longer sit up here and participate in toxicity and then we hide our hands and play victim. We are not always the victim, right? You got to reshift your focus. You can't always be the victim if you're participating in toxicity and negativity. We can't. You can't say you the victim if you breaking up with him, him breaking up with you, you cheating on him, he cheating on you backstabbing your friend backstabbing you. You playing tick for tack at this point. Yes, they may have started it, but by you going back and forth, it just shows them sometimes they have a victim mindset and they really don't feel like they did nothing wrong. Have you ever had a friend where, or a relationship, where they did something to you, right? You try to retaliate and it just wipes away everything they just did and they're just focused on your retaliation instead of what made you originally get to this point. That is toxic. So that's why we must leave before we even feel like we need to retaliate. Before we even get that retaliating spirit in our body. It does not feel good, baby. I don't feel good retaliating. It just makes me worry. It makes me anxious. It makes me guilty. It makes me feel wrong. And even though that person may have deserved it, I ultimately feel like I was not the judge to decide that. I ultimately feel like I should have just let karma take care of that. I should have just let, the universe come back on them and spin a block 10 times fold. But when I try to force my own karma, things don't work out for me because it end up happening back to me. No, seriously, you try to pull a you on you, right? So you try to get your get back at somebody. Have you ever got your get back and then it backfired? Whether that person ended up finding out or not, or whether the thing ended up going your way, or it just made the situation ultimately worse and it's full of chaos, it's a big old fiasco. You can't keep trying to get your lick back. Sometimes you really just gotta let the universe do its thing, let people lay where they stay, and silence is a better response than a response. Right? Reshift your focus. Stay silent. Move in silence. Stop telling everybody your plans. It's okay to take a break. You ain't got to sit up here and try to show everybody that you're making moves. What is that? Right? The only person that matters, and I'm going to end this live on this note, the only person that matters that you're making moves, the only person you got to impress that you're making moves to is God. Love you guys. Have a great day. Be sure to like, share, comment, most importantly, subscribe. And I will put all the details below of my website, my podcast, my books that's on sale on Amazon, Many Reasons to Leave That Boy Alone, and Many Reasons to Leave That Chick Alone. Love you guys. Till next time. Bye.